we are underway. Tip to the Bruins.
Lauren Betts shooting 72% from the field, averaging a double-double.
Kiki Rice getting her first start of the season, and right off the bat, a little too physical on the interior. And that was something that Corey Close talked with us about. We have to be the more physical team to start.
Yeah, Bree Hall, look at that wide stance, takes the contact, little shoulder from Gardner, trying to create space, and that'll take some aggressiveness away from Gardner.
Gets picked up, needs some help, finds Fagan. Raven Johnson trying to lose the D. Help D is there, shot just a little bit short. That's Dudelich with the rebound. How about that hand by Raven Johnson? But it's not out of play, it's gonna go the other way.
Well, a couple of things. A good box out from UCLA. These are two of the best rebounding teams in the nation. South Carolina can overwhelm teams with their size and athleticism, their length. That should not be the case against UCLA. They are bigger than South Carolina.
These teams met up back in the NCAA tournament back in 2023, but very different looking teams, but a few pieces still on both sides. Behind the back, Pow Pow, and Kiki Rice staying right with her. Gets a piece of it. Bruins gonna push, and nobody's stopping the ball. Rice flicks it up. And that is the plus of having a 6'7" Lauren Betts in there. She gets fouled. Lauren Betts, the junior from Centennial, Colorado. At the mark on the first, averaging 21 a game.
South Carolina has a lot of bodies, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to use up 5 fouls apiece with their depth, because Lauren Betts, if she misses a pair, that's the one area of her game she just has not dialed in yet this season. Came in at just 53% from the line.
Yeah, shoots at 72% from the floor, but the free throw line has definitely been an Achilles heel, and now paired up against Fagan. And Fagan fakes the handoff. Fakes one way, goes the other. Pretty baby hook, and there's Kitts. Extra effort.
Kitts has improved so much since her freshman year. Averaged less than 2 points a game. Now the leading rebounder and scorer for the Gamecocks.
Hesitation by Pow Pow. She's going to give it up. Bree Hall off the iron. And almost another offensive rebound. Who said it? South Carolina, 7th in the nation. They average 19 O boards a game, but UCLA not far behind. They are 8th in that category at 18 a game. Betts helps sagging down on her. Rice steps it back. That one's short.
Yeah, Kiki Rice out of the lineup because of a shoulder injury, and it is on her shooting shoulder. Got to find rhythm.
Defense with the takeaway. Dudelich scoops it up, no good. And the defense getting back on her, just not able to get her composure. Bruins have tried to push some pace. Taking care of the ball, a big key for UCLA coming into this one. Corey Close talked about that. They want to work it inside to Betts, which they were able to do. And worked it back out. Here's Pow Pow using the screen. Betts with a help D, got a piece of it. 4 on the shot clock. And there's the takeaway. Arnisalo, the freshman, with the finish. They are very high and excited about this young player out of Finland.
Yeah, Helsinki, Finland. She's a good creator. 5'10" freshman. A lot of international experience. Like the national team for Finland, so she is not intimidated as a freshman.
Finally, first points of the game, they go to the Bruins, and the drive, just the miss. Bree Hall, she'd love to have that one back. She had the open lane, and instead, an opportunity for UCLA.
UCLA's defense has been very sharp to start this game. They're forcing tough shots, they're getting hands, deflections, and then they're clearing it with the board.
The screen for Arnisalo, there's Dudelich. Back from playing with her team in Serbia. She missed a couple of games early on. Shot clock winding down. Arnisalo into the lane, and they're going to call 3 seconds as Betts was in there just a bit too long, and now fresh legs coming in on both sides. At South Carolina, she has faced this team a couple of times now. The last time in the NCAA tournament, I mentioned the Sweet 16 round in 2023. But the last time they've lost to UCLA has been way back in 1981. Bruins trying to stop that win streak they have going to at least 43 wins in a row. They just broke that against Clemson.
Incredible. 43-game win streak. haven't lost since the Final Four against Iowa and Dallas 2 seasons ago. Before that, they had a 42-game win streak. They are 85-1.
Incredible consistency, but a takeaway, the help D by Betts. Bruins trying to push. Good transition defense by South Carolina, and there's a cracked of hands right there.
They have not been able to get Lauren Betts touches. She comes away with the outstanding defensive play. You want to give your post some touches. South Carolina has not allowed the Bruins to do it.
Powell just short, good box out. That was Janiah Barker who's checked in for the Bruins. The transfer from Texas A&M. And the aggressive drive by Hawkes. She gets fouled and will go to the line. Before close, she's creeping closer to the great Billy Moore as free throws good. It's a 4-0 start for UCLA. New players in. Malaysia for Wiley with the ball. She is a highlight waiting to happen.
Well, scoreless for South Carolina at the 5-minute mark of this game. Not the start they wanted.
But so often as there's the first point. That's Tessa Johnson on the drive, the sophomore. It's the bench though, Elise. They create so much of the offense.
Oh, there's no question. They just have waves of scoring, athleticism, and athletes that are available for Dawn Staley. Matchups, whatever you need, she's got it. 9 players from last year's national championship team returning.
And the outside jumper is good. A perimeter look for the Bruins, and this crowd loving it.
That is without Lauren Betts on the floor. Hawkes getting some space and knocking in that deep 3.
Hawkes, good spark off the bench for UCLA, and there's the drive. Little bump for full Wiley. They don't call it. Oh, and some contact there. They're letting him play here today. Oh, and the and one!
South Carolina has waves of interior players, but Lauren Betts is the dominant figure for UCLA inside at 6'7", and they need to give her some breathers so she's ready in that 4th quarter.
6-0 run for the Bruins, and UCLA up by 8 in South Carolina. What will Dawn Staley draw up? It's not going to matter because the offensive foul is going to send it the other way. So
not a lot on the screen from the true freshman, but enough to draw the whistle from Joyce Edwards, a 6'3" freshman.
I love the play of Joyce Edwards. Oh, she's so good. Fun to watch. Gives him some length at 6'3", so she brings her in. She's guarding Dugalich. Barker drives the baseline. Oh, the double pump won't drop. Long rebound, Bruins another chance. Okay, so active. We've seen her get it done inside and out. How about the help D coming down and the jump ball? That's Ashlyn Watkins. Maddie McDaniels checked in. She's going to run the point. The freshman from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And Dawn Staley very high on this young, talented point guard. For Wiley. Looking for help. Miscue, though, tried to dump it down as the help D had followed her. Bruins going to try to push it instead and batted around. It ends up in the hands of Dugalich.
What a start for UCLA. This is the defending national champs. There's an intimidation factor when you're facing a team that is walking in with the kind of winning streak, 43 games, and UCLA has come out ready to play.
A team that has the majority of that group back, but again, no Camila Cardoso, and that changes a lot of the looks and the roles of these South Carolina players this year. As that one is Londynn Jones. She gets the shooter's touch right there. And a timeout called by the Gamecocks.
Oh, UCLA fired up.
See what South Carolina, if they've got an answer here to try to slow down this 11-0 run by UCLA. Pow back at the point. 4 turnovers for South Carolina, and a much needed hoop. That went straight through for the local product, Tahina Pow.
Out of the timeout, UCLA goes zone. You can't leave Tahina Pow. That is a knockdown shooter over 40% and led the nation last year.
Excellent D. Kitts was right there on the help side. And a takeaway. So nice reset for South Carolina out of the last timeout. Just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. It's been a fast pace, no surprise as Pow How good is the competition just continuing to face South Carolina?
Well, and you've got to give both these coaches credit that they're willing to schedule each other early in the season, a top 5 matchup, and the fans love it. And of course, South Carolina going to face number 8 Iowa State coming up next. It doesn't get any easier.
Kits couldn't get the putback. That's one that would typically drop. That extra effort just not able to capitalize. But the competition has been good on both sides. But this one, no doubt, the toughest for both. But right now, Londynn Jones feeling it from both wings. Pass ahead. Johnson, shot is good. Tessa Johnson, the sophomore.
Yeah, needed that. This crowd fired up after the second Londynn Jones 3. Good creating by Jaquez to kick it out to Jones.
Tessa Johnson, the sophomore, missed a couple games. She had a leg injury, but they're glad to have her back. That shot just short. Rebound to Kits, under a minute left this first quarter. It's been all Bruins with the lead most of the way, but not for long if Tessa Johnson keeps shooting the ball like that, straight through.
Boy, that was a rainbow, just beautiful backspin. Looked so true out of her hands. The national championship game, 19 points, just so good. Just a sophomore, but experienced.
She is perfect, 3 for 3 shooting. 7 of the 10 points for South Carolina going to Tessa Johnson.
She made 87 threes last year, and so very small sample size with her. You know she's gonna heat up, and guess what? She's getting hot right now.
When you were talking about that personalized face mask, before she got that made, she had to use just kind of a generic one that had a little bit of a longer nose on it, and so she shoots close to her face. She kept fitting the face mask.
And that is going to affect things. She's just
Yes,
thrilled that she's got this personalized one now so she can see peripherally. I think some people think about, yes, you can't shoot, it clogs up, it fogs up rather, but it's also when you're on defense trying to deny the wing, you can't see peripherally. It's something that you have to learn to deal with, but she says this mask is helping.
Yeah, not fun, but she will deal with it. Better to be able to play than not as this clock is winding down. First quarter about to end. Betts from behind gets a piece of that, and she's got some emotion. Dudley back off, the freshman. They bring Jaquez back in to finish this off. Clock winding down, and the block there from South Carolina will end the first quarter. For 9 start for them in this first quarter. If you're the Bruins, you better be ready right now. You can see those numbers.
Down low, good touch by Betts.
High to low and the jump ball. That's good defensive rotation by the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Lauren has really not gotten a lot of touches in this game. South Carolina fronting her here, and then the help coming from Raven Johnson, and you bring that ball down and all the little ankle biters can grab it from you. You got to keep that high.
And you know that South Carolina will. Yeah, she has yet to take a shot, but she does have 3 rebounds for the Bruins. Good movement by Kits. And too much on the pass, was trying to find Bree Hall. Another turnover will send it the other way, and that's the 5th turnover for Dawn Staley's team.
And I think for UCLA, proving the toughness factor on the defensive end of the floor. That is how you become a great team. And they wanted to come out and establish that they could be as physical and as tough as the defending national champs.
Coach Staley talked about the patience they were going to need as Betts finally gets a shot opportunity, and she's going to go to the line. She gets fouled. Elise Woodward with you. Glad you could be with us for this top 5 matchup. And wow, it has been quite a battle to take away Kiki Rice. And one! The composure by the veteran.
And making that defense create offense.
And one is there. Rice, her first points of the game. And both teams 6 turnovers apiece. And they have yet to score off of those turnovers, but UCLA taking advantage, but the field goal is not dropping. Just 4 makes from the floor for the Gamecocks. Gets up high off the mark. She knew it. She was tracking it as Dugalich couldn't get her boxed out. That's good hustle. And that defense has really caused some problems. And there's a takeaway on the inbound, but immediately taken right back. Bree Hall helps her team out. Transfer from Texas A&M as Dugalich will get a breather. Walker back in for the Gamecocks up high. Good screen set for Tessa Johnson, and Tessa Johnson has had the hot hand. South Carolina's got to keep finding her.
6-foot sophomore, the high release, and that is just pretty.
Johnson, 9 of the 12 points for the Gamecocks. Betts and Rice, the high handoff, Papa guarding Kiki Rice. Betts trying to establish herself, uses her arms, can't get the shot. Walker, she gets undercut. Her extra effort on the O boards will get her to the free throw line. Really brings that international experience in that field, does not play like a first-year player.
Arnisalo is going to pay dividends long term. She did not have a choice as a true freshman. She had to get out there and run the show as the point guard for the top 5 team in America. Went over to Paris, was able to be effective enough for her team to beat top 20 Louisville. And she's been tested early.
I like her composure. Good look across the lane. The finish by Watkins, and give the assist to Joyce Edwards. Donald's All-American, a player that can play the 3 or the 4. And definitely does not play like a first-year player, like a freshman. Parker, Edwards trying to stay with her. Help D coming across the lane. Betts on the O boards, didn't hit the rim. Shot clock continues to wind down. Bruins got to recognize. Oh, good topside D by Watkins to swat it away. Rice got to recognize. I think the Bruins did. And there's a big break for South Carolina. Shot clock violation will send it the other direction.
It's tough against South Carolina, though. You don't want to throw up a desperation shot at a shot clock buzzer because they will rebound and run. Almost like you'd rather have a shot clock violation at times.
We'll see if the Gamecocks can get something out of it. They've yet to score off of their turnovers forced. Hall on the drive, just short. How about Johnson? Scrappy play on the baseline, and now another offensive rebound. The kick out, Johnson. How about another for her? Tessa Johnson, lighten it up.
Her jumper is really pretty.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
First points of the game, 7-a run for the Bruins. And the reverse just won't fall for Edwards. Again, another shot that typically, I would say, Edwards is going to finish on. Just under 4 minutes left this first half. It's been all UCLA. Their largest lead of the ball game. It's the rim, catches no backboard. Johnson brings it up. Maddie McDaniel back in.
UCLA just clogging up that paint defensively.
Curl and hit it. Bree Hall with the outside bucket.
And they're going to need a lot more of that outside shooting. If it can go, it'll loosen up that defense. You want to make Lauren Betts leave the key so you can get into the lane.
It's her first points of the game, but not the first points for Londynn Jones. Perfect 3 for 3 behind the arc for Jones.
It's just so hard because when you've got shooters outside Londynn Jones and Tamia Gardner, it puts a tremendous amount of pressure.
McDaniel hanging on. The shot won't fall, though. Tough break for Maddie McDaniel.
And I think for South Carolina, that Londynn Jones answer 3 after the Bree Hall triple, and just takes a little wind out of their sails.
Arnisalo blazing by the defense. Boy, the lane just opened up. South Carolina trying to push.
The lane opened up. You have to extend, get pressure well beyond the three-point line, especially when UCLA's shooting it like they have so far this afternoon, and driving lanes are open.
Bruins shooting 60% this quarter, 52% for the game, and Just 27% for South Carolina on the game. Finish there from Watkins, though. They chip away at the deficit. Armasalo, another 3-ball for UCLA, the 6th of the game. They average 8 per game. This crowd is loving it.
Well, not just the 6th of the game, 6 of 9. They are absolutely ripping the nets against this vaunted South Carolina defense.
Dawn Staley talked about wanting patience on the offensive end. Be patient on your shot selection. Johnson's shot just won't drop.
Remember, this is a team that is the undefeated national champ from last year, a 43-game win streak. And right now, they are in a deep hole on the road.
A true test as Betts gets her outside shot to fall. Adds to her totals, now with 3.
Yeah, just the first bucket of the game for Betts, and yet UCLA proving they are much more than just Lauren Betts.
Yeah, balanced attack for UCLA. Almost everybody has scored that's been out there. Under a minute left in this first half. Daniel needs some help. Here's Edwards. Left wing, just short. South Carolina just looked a bit flat and a little short on all their shots this first half.
Well, and I think give credit to that UCLA defense. When you have a presence like Lauren Betts waiting for you in the lane, it's just like Camila Cadorso was last year for South Carolina. You hesitate just a little bit because of that presence.
Yeah, she makes you change what you're doing out there. Barker on the left corner. Just misses. Bigs for UCLA are able to extend things out. Everybody, great hands, good passers, capable of shooting the 3. High post shot off the mark for Hall. Armasalo gonna push. 3-on-2.
Early shot. South Carolina could have waited and made sure UCLA did not have another crack at it.
Shot clock, game clock down. Barker has to take it. Oh, and that one had a good look, but will not fall. And that's gonna do it for the first half of play. UCLA will take their largest lead of the ballgame in at halftime. Third quarter underway.
And I just think for UCLA, that start was crucial. The intimidation factor of facing defending national champs that are 84-1 over their last 85 games.
Well, they definitely didn't come out and look like they were starstruck by any means. They came out with a focus about them, and so it'll be interesting to see what Dawn Staley talked to her team about. At halftime, she wanted to see more patience with their shot selection, and you can see a little better spacing and some patience right now.
I think they want to get to the foul line and be aggressive, and that's the way you start it.
Pow. Maybe get the ball into her hands just a bit more as she gets that little finger roll to drop. 5 points for Tahina Pow.
I just think it's shocking when you look at South Carolina and the fact they did not shoot a free throw, which means they weren't aggressive going at the interior defense.
Rice, the fader on the wing, uses the screen good. Kiki Rice with the bucket now with 7.
It's such a relief for Bruin fans that she is okay after that shoulder injury. This is her first start of the season for the Bruins. Lauren Betts using that length to disrupt, not allow the post entry.
Switching D by the Bruins. And now the play call by Raven Johnson up top. Trying to go to Pow. Shot clock winding down. She's the player when the clock's winding down. They want to look to her, at least be involved. She kicks this one out, and that is good. Raven Johnson, but give the assist to Tahina Pow. She's really that key player for them.
Well, that's a huge hit for Johnson. She had been 0 from the three-point line this season, and she needed that one. 0 of 13 until that make.
5th 3 of the game for South Carolina Betts, but the pressure on the interior by Fagan, not letting her have it. Fagan has good length at 6'3", the senior from Ellenwood, Georgia. Pow loses the D and sticks it. Tahina Pow. It's all about her this quarter.
And right now trying to find a way for her team to crawl out of a 21-point hole. They've been good to start this third quarter, and a 43-game win streak on the line here in Los Angeles.
She's got to be much happier with their start this half compared to the first. 0 for 9 shooting to start the first half, 3 for 3 to start this one. And as you said it, those 6 of the last 9 Final Fours in a row. And she said, my team is fearless. This team is fearless. They never give up. And you can see that fight still in them here. A lot of game left.
Well, you know one thing, the sellout crowd, they're used to it. I mean, they play in front of a sellout crowd at every game at home, but they are used to this kind of crowd.
And now some defense creating an opportunity. Good topside D by the Gamecocks in the takeaway. They forced the 9th turn on the Bruins. A travel call up high. They're going to get Sanaya Fagan on that one. Janiah Barker back in for the Bruins. Dugalich will get a rest. With 5 points, 4 rebounds. She's been all over the glass. Hawkes back on as well. Hawkes flash into the high post. Trying to lose the D and finally does. Gabriella Hawkes with another one.
And Lauren Betts was battling Sanaya Fagan underneath for position. Couldn't really ever get a seal, but Hawkes took over.
9 points for Hawkes. Pow. Too much. Ocean side product. She's got a lot of friends and family in the stands. The dish off to Betts. Not much you can do once she gets it down there.
Oh, that is just a beautiful job of playmaking by Barker. 6'4", coming right at you. She's got the length and the quick jumping ability to get over the defense, but she just hands it on a platter to Betts for the bucket.
That'd be the easiest bucket we've seen her have, though. South Carolina's done a nice job in really keeping her away from the open looks.
That's her first bucket in the lane. She had one other jumper.
Oh, Pow. Squares it up.
And she shoots it as well as anybody. What a weapon from deep. She has never lost a game while wearing a South Carolina uniform.
How about that? Oh, the scoop, the lefty finish there from Arnasalo. She has started every single game as a freshman, a player that Corey Close thought, I don't know, we'll see how we can weave her in. Well, not only weaving her in, she solidified a starting spot, especially without Rice, as you mentioned. Barker got tripped up on the inline. Averaging the double-double, but good hands again, capable of stepping outside as well.
So Corey Close now has the #1, #2, and #3 player in the 2022 class. They're juniors now, but Betts, Kiki Rice, and Janiah Barker all combining now.
Joyce Edwards, how about the #3 recruit for South Carolina, steps in. A freshman from Camden, South Carolina. Love her play. One of the 10 McDonald's All-Americans, but Londynn Jones is putting on a 3-point clinic.
London's jumpers all falling down today. 4 for 4 from deep, and now Betts. Oh, thought she had a clean rejection. And she's got 4 assists, no turnovers for a freshman point guard. So Kiki Rice isn't running the point. She is able to get out on the wing and slash and yet still have that court vision that she brings. So a lot of different lineups that Corey Close can use with the additions to this team.
Yeah, their bench above their season average already, as the free throws are good for Ashlyn Watkins. Arnasalo, as of late, the last 2 games, 20 assists and just 3 turnovers. And you said it today. Boy, she has really cleaned up her assist-to-turnover ratio.
The first 2 games, she was a freshman.
Oh, and Barker says, I want to get in on the 3-point action. 5 for their last 5 from the perimeter.
The Bruins, 8 of 13 from deep.
Back up to the largest lead of the game. Floater in the lane, just short for Watkins. Betts pounded by the defense.
And that is crucial right there. That Watkins got up, rose above the defense, couldn't hit it, and then UCLA cleared the glass. 1 and done.
Jones, her first miss of the ball game, was kind of fading out of bounds. Call the foul on Edwards. Her second. South Carolina a little congested, and then losing it was Edwards. Bruins going to try to push. Armasalo fakes one way, had nowhere to go. Excellent defense by South Carolina to get back on that.
Boards, they have pushed the tempo and have been able to score before South Carolina's defense is set.
It's 9 apiece. You talked about Betts. I felt like South Carolina got a little congested, a little too tight. Their spacing wasn't quite where it needed to be the last possession. Pow, reading the D. Just short on that one. Boy, love the effort from Chloe Kitts, but she can't get it. Jones, she'll bring it up.
Oh, she wanted that one.
Thought about it, nobody there. Oh, Watkins, though, recovery, gets a piece on it. Got the fingernail on that one.
I mean, why not pull it, Londynn? She's 4 for 4 from deep.
The body control of Tessa Johnson as Jones will get a breather. Londynn Jones with 12 points, 4 for 4 behind the arc. Here's Tessa Johnson, Albertville, Minnesota native. Can't get that one. Rice now running the point.
Now UCLA can start to feel this. They have never knocked off a #1 team in the history of the UCLA program. They are 0-20, and they've built a big lead.
Jumper goes. Bruins extend the lead. Rice with the bucket. 9 points for Kiki Rice. Watkins on the baseline was trying to find her teammate Kitts, and eventually it ended up in her hands, and another chance. Third time's the charm. South Carolina needed that.
Boy, Watkins is just so electric. The quick jumper, she can touch 11 feet. That is a foot over the rim. She's already dunked twice in her collegiate career, but
crazy hops and swarming defense gets the takeaway there as Rice tried to go into the paint. Rice and a high screen. They're going to call a blocking foul. 2:05 remaining this third quarter. South Carolina has been much more aggressive on the attack on the interior. Bring it back out. Kitts with just 2 points, trying to add to it. Doesn't get that one. The long rebound to Betts. And Hawkes outrunning, put the hand up and said, give it to me, but just short. Kind of got twisted a little bit as she went up for the jumper. Daniel won't get it. There's Kitts. She loves that weak side glass. Not able to get the jumper and the cleanup.
And still, despite South Carolina flying around, they still trail by 20.
Crowd starting to make some noise, and away from the ball, whistle and a foul going to go against South Carolina. NFL starting to get very interesting. There is Gardner. She's been fairly quiet, and there's Betts cleaning it up.
Adele Tack onto the floor. Lauren Betts working the inside position. Even though the miss by Gardner, she has rarely missed from deep this season. Betts cleans it up.
7 points for Betts. Just one bucket for Gardner. Been fairly quiet, and there's the drive by the freshman, Maddie McDaniel, with the hoop.
They call her Mouse. She has shot the ball really well in her first minutes, but that's just well done. She hasn't had a lot of touches in this game, only 5 shots, but continuing to work inside.
As she took it out of Del Tack, the redshirt freshman. As that one gets batted away. Good active hands by the Gamecocks. Walker's back in instead now to take on Betts. As the clock is winding down, under 20 seconds left in this quarter. A better third quarter for South Carolina, but UCLA's had an answer. Pow. Weaving. And stepped on the end line.
South Carolina just has been unable to slow down UCLA. They put 20 points in the first, 23 in the second. They've got 18 in the third, and Tahina Pau trying to drive and make something happen. Steps on the baseline for the turnover. And Points off turnovers, UCLA leading 12-5. They've led in almost every category in this game.
You see it, Lauren Betts once again forcing South Carolina to do something they didn't want to, and maybe getting a piece of that. Gardner thought she got fouled. Instead, that will do it. Third quarter in the books. Quarter to go, a much better third quarter. The Gamecocks won at 19-18, and now the first points of the fourth going to them as well.
Well, for UCLA, the challenge here for the final 10 minutes is to not take a step back. You have to continue to push. Time and score is real, but you want to take care of the basketball and then get it to Betts.
Betts works it inside, adds to her totals, now with 9 points. She's 1 point from the double-double with 12 rebounds. The last one at the other end was Fagan. She's going to look for another one. Back-to-back buckets for Sanaya Fagan.
And UCLA can trade baskets in the fourth quarter. They have a margin for error that they have built up here with this 18-point lead, but they have to continue to score.
Skip across, Gardner rattles around, won't go. Dugalich, another chance. And the Bruins will work it around. Rice off the back of the rim. It's tipped around. It'll stay with UCLA.
Dugalich getting in there inside the traffic and coming away with a rebound. And she has missed a couple of games playing with her national team in Serbia, but boy, 6'4", able to crash the glass, defend like she can. Another frontline player for Corey Close that is doing work today.
You gotta figure Corey Close has been in every single timeout, talking to her team, making sure they don't have any kind of a letdown against this South Carolina team. Don't take the pedal off the gas.
Well,
and there's Amasalo at the last second, good.
How good has she been? Just 18 years old, now 13 points against the defending national champs.
Played in a league in Finland with professionals. She's obviously not a professional, but the experience that she's gained with national team play as well this past summer, the under-20 team.
60% from the field here today, and 1 of 2 from deep.
Corey Close credits her associate head coach Shannon Perry-LaBeouf and Tony Noonan for finding her and saying, yep, she's legit, coach. You need to take a look. And Corey said after she saw her just for a few minutes, was like, yep, no doubt about it. She's going to fit right in. They've had a lot of shots that look like they should have gone, and they've not been able to quite finish. This is a long trip, though, and they just had to face a Clemson team this past week. 43 wins in a row for this program. And the Bruins are trying to be a spoiler as
little leather coming right at you.
Raven Johnson takes a seat for the Gamecocks. Powell up high. Rice trying to stick with her. Tessa Johnson. She's been pretty special today as Barker knew it. She got the ball, but then clips Johnson.
Well, for UCLA, they have really done a nice job not fouling. Just 6 fouls total in this game.
Tessa Johnson gets that free throw to go. Just 2 starts for her. We talk about so many players back for South Carolina, but at least their roles have all changed from a season ago. Not non-starters, now having to be starters, now having to take on more responsibility, and Tessa Johnson's one of those players. Hand check call inside on Sakima Walker. Really just working on her passing, working on her touch, working on those hands, and she's become a much better passer.
Well, the thing I've noticed in the evolution in her passing is how high she keeps the basketball, and she turns and goes over the top of the defense. If you jump, she still has her dribble. She can go to the basket. If you don't jump, she's going to just pass it right over the top of you. There's not very many players that can look her in the eye when she's 6'7".
Another foul against South Carolina. That's the team's 4th. That's the second on Tessa Johnson, as that one won't drop for Gardner. Gardner's been fairly quiet today, but just 3 points, 1 of 4 shooting, but you know what she's capable of. coming off the win against Arkansas, 23 points, a career high in threes and scoring.
Well, I just think it is a testament. She's going to knock this one down.
Oh, it was right there.
She
7
walks
threes in
into
that Arkansas game.
Tamia Gardner, 3 points, 1 of 6 shooting, and yet they have built a dominating 19-point lead against South Carolina.
I mean, everybody but Dudley has scored in this one. As Jaquez gets the O-board, Betts on the weak side on the other side. Swarming defense, and Jaquez trying to get a little closer. Dugalich, extra pass. Rice on the drive, scoops it up, can't get it. Oh, and batted around, another chance. Offensive rebounding we knew would be big from both sides.
Well, Betts had the last offensive rebound. It's so hard to box her out. A tough board in traffic, this time working it and tips it out, so her team had a shot.
Shot clock down to 5. Dugalich squares it up. Swish. Angela Dugalich with a big hoop. She was just 1 for 3 coming into this game behind the arc. Give her her second 3-ball of the season.
She can hit that at 6'4", just one more weapon for Corey Close.
5 points for Dugalich as the Gamecocks work it inside.
Time is running out on this 43-game win streak for the Gamecocks.
Smiles on the faces of the Bruins for good reason. 9 made threes for them. This fourth quarter alone, Elise, 7 offensive rebounds. As there's a takeaway, oh, the hezzy. McDaniel can't finish that, but Edwards is there. It's blocked. Another chance for South Carolina. There's some young talent for the South Carolina team, no doubt. And a scrum and a jump ball. It's going to go to the Bruins.
UCLA putting together a fantastic performance on their home floor and really using the crowd in this game. But I mean, this is a statement type of win, in my opinion, for Corey Close, because they have knocked on that door for so long. This will be the first time in the history of UCLA they have knocked off a #1 team.
Yep.
They've been to the Sweet 16 5 times under Corey Close in her 14 years. They went to the Elite Eight once with Jordan Canada, Monique Billings, that crew, but they've not been to a Final Four.
Yep.
And now everybody, it came in ranked #5.
Yeah.
But now everybody can see what this UCLA team is about. And it wasn't just Lauren Betts.
Certainly so, and you know, you said it, Corey Close told us, she said, you know, this team just needs that confidence boost. A big win is what this team needs. Well, this is about as big as you can get at this point in the season, especially. And
Well,
South Carolina, I think, you know, just this was not going to be an easy trip, no doubt. And now the takeaway, 2-on-1, Jones checking the line. How about it? Oh, hold that follow through, Londynn Jones.
Oh, she has been unstoppable. 5 for 5 from deep.
Miss Barker back in. You know, again, coming into this game, Jones, 6 of 25 behind the arc. She was only shooting 24%. She has now connected on 5 just today, but last year you said it all as well. A season record 87 made threes. You knew she was capable, and you knew it was just a matter of time.
It's just small sample size and a broken nose. If she's going to shoot it, you know, if you leave her open, and she's had open looks.
Jones trying to get it to Betts, and Betts able to track it down. Will go for Rice, and you're right, she just plays with a different confidence, and unlike a first-year player, and the crowd not in agreement with this call, but the foul going against Jaquez, and that'll be her first. Pow, high post, banks it up, about all she could do. She had to get it over Lauren Betts, who was coming out. Use the backboard, smart play by the senior.
She had to lift that one high over the top of Betts and somehow got it to go.
She's a player that's played against this UCLA team. She's played in 6 times with her seasons at Oregon, transferring last year to South Carolina. And choosing to come back this year, and what a plus it's been. There's a little give and go by Betts, and it's knocked out. It'll stay with the Bruins 6 on the shot clock.
South Carolina, certainly the game plan was to clog up the paint and make it difficult for Lauren Betts. And she hasn't gotten a lot of shots, just 6 shots, but everybody else has benefited because of it.
Takeaway by the Gamecocks, trying to push tempo. And back to Pow Pow. Betts tipped away. Edwards, nice composure. Let the D get away and then stick it. Bright future with 6 points for Joyce Edwards.
We're talking about what this game means with Notre Dame at number 6 coming to LA and knocking off number 3 USC as Kiki Rice gets another bucket for UCLA. They just continue to score on this Gamecock defense, but number 3 goes down and number 1 goes down. What are the rankings going to look like?
There's going to be some changes, no doubt. We're under 2 minutes remaining. That last bucket stopped the 7-0 run by South Carolina. High post jumper good. Ashlyn Watkins, the junior. What a talent she is. And Rice happy to let some clock work.
Well, this crowd sensing the history that is going to be made in a minute and a half on the game clock, and that is the number 1 team in the land going down.
Betts gets it blocked, picks it up and goes the other side. Watkins got her hand on it. 0 for 20, UCLA against number 1 ranked teams. And we're gonna change that after this one today.
Watkins had the block against Betts, but she recovered, got it back, scored on the other end, tried to go right at Betts. Betts said, no, that's not gonna happen in my paint.
Got a chance to talk with some of the players yesterday at practice. They were all excited. They knew about the sellout. They knew this crowd was gonna bring it, and boy, have they. And there's another takeaway. Scrappy D and a reach in by Barker.
Their largest lead, 23. South Carolina has not led in this game.
Yeah, something that just doesn't happen to this team and hasn't for a while. They have been averaging 81 points a game, only giving up 54 points per game. A better second half for Dawn Staley's team. They'll have some positives to take from the second half. And you can bet she's going to break down that first half and hope that it never happens again as Pow Pow gets the long rebound and another one.
And a cheer from her family. She's got 18 points. She's perfect from deep 4 for 4. Just not enough for South Carolina here. And that 43-game winning streak is coming to a halt. They look confident from the tip.
Free throw's good. Avery Kane's checked in, the freshman from Santa Maria, California for the Bruins. You've got Dudley out there as well, Kendall Dudley. Another freshman for UCLA, as that one goes with 3.9 remaining. And the Bruins knock off the number 1 team in the nation after they've won 43 in a row.